McDonald's is arguably the biggest fast food franchise in America, with over 70 million customers and branches across 120 countries. A famous brand, McDonald's provides the solution to the basic needs of these people by providing a wide variety of products, from hamburgers, chicken products, to salads, soft drinks, desserts, breakfast wraps, and more. Today we'll take a deep dive into the business model of McDonald's, how it's attained the apex of success, thus providing jobs for 1.7 million employees, a population greater than Estonia and Iceland combined, and making it the second largest private employer in the world behind Walmart, which has 2.3 million employees. Without further ado, let's dive into the video. The story of the brand McDonald's, which provided a solution to the basic need to eat of approximately 1% of the world's population, started in 1940 when Richard James, Dick, and Maurice James, Mac, McDonald, moved from New England to California in search of new opportunities. They opened a drive-in hamburger shop in Downey, California, and the concept was to speed service delivery to buyers at a low cost. This shop offered a wide selection of items for 8 years until they decided to renovate the shop and transform the business. Therefore, after a 90-day renovation, a newly anticipated McDonald's restaurant was opened. The new restaurant was built to produce large portions of food at low prices, and to accomplish this aim, the Mac brothers specified the menu, which only featured hamburgers, potato chips, today replaced by French fries, drinks, and pie. They used a self-service counter of waiters and waitresses to take the orders, and customers received their food instantly because hamburgers were cooked ahead of time, wrapped, and kept under heat lamps to keep warm. These innovations enabled McDonald's to charge just 15 cents for a basic hamburger and gave them an advantage over other competitors since they sell at almost half the price of a competing restaurant. McDonald's became a huge success and started gaining popularity. As their customers increased, they had to buy more equipment from a Chicagoan milkshake mixing machine salesman named Ray Kroc. Due to their demand for 8 malt and shake mixers, Kroc was captivated and had to see for himself how a small shop could sell so many milkshakes. He visited the restaurant, and in 1954, after realizing the great potential in their concept, Kroc became the first franchise agent for the brothers. In April of 1955, Kroc inaugurated McDonald's Systems Incorporated, later known as McDonald's Corporation, in Des Plaines, Illinois. And there he also opened the first McDonald's franchise east of the Mississippi River. In 1961, Ray Kroc obtained the rights to McDonald's franchise from the siblings for the colossal sum of $2.7 million US. And that was after discovering the vital role of franchises in the company's success. The new franchise agent formulated the standards for how McDonald's should be run, ranging from food to preparation and cleaning. To assure the organization of the outlets, he established a program later called Hamburger University to train franchisees in transforming the values into actual business results. About 40% of McDonald's leaders are alumni of this university. Meanwhile, he also transformed the setup of the restaurants by putting in counter staff to take orders, and he opened McDonald's in Arizona and launched the chain's first drive-through window feature. Nevertheless, as the business continued to flourish, McDonald's also introduced 3 elements that would distinguish its brand and further public recognition. First, in 1963, a clown named Ronald McDonald was introduced as the company's face.
You're no stranger, you really are Ronald McDonald.
However, objections over marketing to children and the rising negative reasoning of clowns resulted in the company largely sidelining the brand identity earlier in the 21st century. But moreover, the most significant addition occurred in 1968 when McDonald's added an iconic hamburger, the Big Mac, to its national menu.
It's your McDonald's Big Mac. You've got to taste it to believe it, you know.
The Big Mac reportedly became the company's most-selling item after French fries. And during the 1960s, the chain perfected its logo, finally debuting the popular double-arch M design, which became its lasting emblem and one of the most popular logos across the globe. It was inspired by the tall yellow arches that had dominated earlier McDonald's restaurant rooftops. These significant modifications stimulated McDonald's growth. In the space of 10 years after Kroc bought the McDonald's franchise rights, the chain's outlets grew to over 1,000 outlets. Boosted by its rapid growth, The company's stock commenced trading publicly in 1965. After almost 80 years of running a quick-service restaurant, McDonald's is currently one of the prominent companies in the fast food restaurant genre across the globe. It has effectively grown into the most famous family restaurant that interests children and adults alike. And also, McDonald's appeared the prominent force in the quick-service restaurant or QSR end of the market. Now let's have a deeper look at the McDonald's franchise business model. The company operates on a franchise business model by focusing on three types of franchises. As of today, nearly 7% of all McDonald's locations on the planet are not franchised. However, for a company with about 93 out of every 100 stores franchised, it shows how remarkable the business model is, which indirectly combines its products, fast food, and franchisees who have to lease properties, often at huge markups, that are owned by McDonald's. This model is kind of a real estate model, and here's how it works. The first model is conventional franchising. What this means is that the company owns the land and the building where the restaurant's located. Sometimes it often obtains a lease, but yet the franchisee bears the cost of equipment, seating, decor, and signs. That makes the agreement satisfactory to both parties and accounts for the highest standard of operational performance in the QSR industry. Furthermore, the franchisees reinvest their capital with time. McDonald's offers them the support that they need to become profitable. These range from executing innovative ideas to operational help and implementing a working idea from a new franchise to its existing stores. Through this practice, the company boosts its overall value as its active restaurants make more profits. The franchise agreement term is set at 2 decades. During this agreement term, the franchisee pays a minimum rent to the company, with the royalties comprising a certain percentage of its sales. In addition, a franchisee is also required to deposit a specific amount while the treaty is signed and they open a new restaurant, thereby allowing the company to improve its cash flow. This benefits the company because rent and royalty income revenues are more reliable and predictable, unlike operating costs that may fluctuate. With control over the land and long-term leases, the company could influence its market position to negotiate bargains. The second model is the developmental license. In this model, the company does not make any investment like the conventional franchise model. Instead, the licensed franchisee invests in the entire capital. Here, they pay for both operational cost and real estate charges. However, McDonald's obtains a royalty from the percentage of sales. The franchisee also pays a specific amount for every license it obtains from the company. Nearly 6,900 restaurants in more than 80 countries operate under this business model. The last model is affiliates. This model is a type of agreement that accounts for capital investments. In this model, McDonald's also earns a specific amount on the percentage of sales as a royalty. China and Japan are the leading affiliate markets of McDonald's, with each having 2,600 and 2,900 affiliated restaurants respectively. However, the company's affiliated market is roughly 5,800. According to some industry analysts, McDonald's spends nearly 18% of the income generated by franchisees and nearly 82% of the income from its company-operated locations on cost incurred in operating units. This facilitated its profit margin. McDonald's has a marketing strategy that stimulated its growth to global recognition.
Monopoly at McDonald's is back, and it's easier to win than ever.
I didn't know we ordered a Ford Shelby GT500.
Some of those marketing strategies include: number 1, brand mission. Long before the mission statement became something common among brands, McDonald's already had a mission statement: quality, service, cleanliness, and value. It intensifies customer experience by providing high-quality food at an economical cost. Its concentration on customer satisfaction boosts its sales. Secondly, strategic growth plan. In 2017, McDonald's created a customer-centric strategy named the Velocity Growth Plan. This strategic plan concentrates on essential elements of the business: food, value, and customer experience. Third, keeping existing customers. It strives to retain customers in areas where it already has loyal customers, such as family occasions and food-oriented breakfast. Fourth, recovering customers. It aims to regain lost customers by improving its product quality at a discounted price and improving customer service. And fifth, converting casual to committed customers. It strives to convert casual to raving fans by building amazing relationships with them. It enhances the McCafe coffee brand to improve snack and treat offerings at a low price. It continues to deploy its growth accelerator plan through, first, digital platform. The brand is improving its technological platforms by providing several options on how customers pay, order, and are served. It has built several outlets to give quality services and connect with its audience across all social platforms. Second, delivery. McDonald's seeks to extend its delivery to new customers who prefer home delivery to pickup. It's announced partnership with Grubhub and DoorDash in 2019 to enhance its growth. Third, enhancement of the future, or EOTF. The company leverages modern technology to improve the restaurant experience so that they provide efficient services. However, this services is currently available in U.S. restaurants only. Fourth, McDonaldization. McDonald's is one of the few companies which has successfully integrated its marketing strategies across its 40,000 outlets in more than 120 nations. Its successful global diversification is termed the McDonaldization of the earth. The main success of the brand is attributed to the centralized organizational structure. Contrary to the opinion the restaurant chain has a thin profit margin, no, McDonald's profit margin is huge, and this is due to the fact of some food items. Take coffee, for example. It's cheap to prepare, and you won't mind spending $5 for coffee since it's much cheaper than competing brands like Starbucks. But it's sold for a few times its price, and that's where they make the money. According to Statista, McDonald's generated total revenue of $23.22 billion in 2021, with the U.S. accounting for $8.71 billion. However, internationally operated markets, including but not exclusive to Australia, France, Canada, and the UK, contributed the largest sum to McDonald's. Fast food caters the need for people who need food fast and fresh. It faces nutritional and healthy diet challenges. During this time, demand for its products decreased. However, McDonald's still survived these challenges by making a profit from its true business model.
McDonald's dollar menu, a lot for a little.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget, subscribe and activate notifications for more inspiring videos. Cheers!